Lexington, Kentucky. Early season momentum at stake here as we have a Week 2 clash here on EA Sports College Football. It's the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Kentucky Wildcats. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe down on the sidelines, and Holly, a little familiarity in this one.
Kentucky got one of the bright young stars in the college football universe. Will Stein has done a fantastic job for the last several years as the Oregon offensive coordinator. Now, an opportunity to run his own program in the SEC. We'll see if Will Stein can get the Kentucky Wildcats back on top as contenders in the South. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. Coming out with it, it's Rogers. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. The Crimson Tide offense takes the field to start things off. And we get a look at Ryan Williams. This is the guy the entire passing game is built around. He is a big play waiting to happen. Look at it this way. The field position is awful, but opportunity to pile up a lot of stats because there are a lot of yards in front of them.
And there was times during the week when we were texting. We have a group text for these games every single week. And we talk about different guys. And this receiver, we were like, is the tape in fast motion? Like, this dude is flying out wide. Like, this is a guy that legit has that take the top off the defense speed, elite speed. Palmer, this is a guy that defenses, and talking to the coaches, they are extremely worried about.
Yeah, the D coordinator in this game told us he just hasn't slept much this week, knowing how fast this guy is and just how he can score any given play. And they've got to do a really good job in this one communicating, understanding where he is, but making sure there is at least one safety playing deep, because you know this guy is going to get his opportunities deep down the field.
Russell from the gun on third down. Looking to the big tight end. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
And the defense is kind of smiling about that one, right? The receiver got a chance, got open, had a chance to make a play, but man, you don't see it very often, but just lose concentration, and that is a big third down stop for this defense on that drop pass.
Just needs a crack to get a return. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Wildcats offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. C.J. Baxter, the former Texas Longhorn, he's coming off a 150-yard, 4-touchdown performance in their victory. Here's a give to C.J. Baxter. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Finds his man. It's Anderson. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. They'll move the tight end. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll give it to Baxter. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Pocket breaking down. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. And the holder will place it down on the left hash. A 47-yard try coming. He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Looking for room, it's Hill. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
From the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell makes the grab. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beater. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
They go play action with Russell. Back open in the middle. Fights off the defender. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Again, it's Russell. Bringing the heat. Still looking for a man. He's knocked out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 44.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. We'll get a stoppage here for an injured player for the Tide. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Russell. It's on target and complete. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. The keeper on the option. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
It's complete to the right. Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one. On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. He'll pull it on the read. Quick step and go. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Trying to barge in. And he's in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
That's a nice job by the offense there in their 2nd drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. That didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find the rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. Their defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Right back to the well. There's a crease. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
It's going to be really interesting to watch Kentucky this year offensively, and I think running the ball is going to be critical. Will Stein now the new head coach, and he brings in C.J. Baxter at running back from Texas, David, a guy that was so highly recruited coming out of high school, had some injury issues early on during his time at Texas, but he has tremendous upside, and if he can stay healthy, this running game, I think, can take off.
Take off, game breaking. They fortify the offensive line in the transfer portal. They've got to get back to that physical ground game. And you're right about Baxter. This guy was all-world, everything recruit. Lightning in a bottle, can make those big plays. Look forward to watching this Kentucky offense hopefully get a bounce back and get some spring in their step.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense.
Oh, he's got some space. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. The Wildcats pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And he'll be out of bounds on what turns out to be the final play of the first quarter. First play of the period will be a second down. The run inside. It's Mars. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
And on that third and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this third down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
Hauls it in. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Rushes on him, and they got him.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, and after not getting any sacks a week ago, we knew he was going to be a little frustrated, but he told us this week he wasn't going to try to press. He was just going to go out in this game, be himself, knowing the numbers and the stats would come. He's off to a great start in this game.
It is perfect. That brings them to within one.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
The Tide ready to roll on offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Wide receiver going in motion. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver, the different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Takes it the other way.
Man, that is just great awareness by the big fella up front to defensively. He did a good job just reading the quarterback's eyes. He knew where he was going with the football, and he's like, wait, these interceptions, they're not just for the little fast guys. Us big guys can get it done too.
He'll do it himself. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
Well, one of the reasons this offense likes the option game with the quarterback is to use his speed and try to attack the perimeter of the field. The defense, though, not having any of it. You saw the contain on the play. Force him.
Caught. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
Trying play action. Trying to find the end zone. He gets it in. Touchdown, Kentucky. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, we knew coming into this one, the tight end was a big part of this offense, and you've seen it early in this game. They've moved him around. They've thrown it to him in a lot of different ways. The defense is going to have to make some adjustments trying to stop this guy.
Throwing Russell. Fires to the middle. Finds his man. It's Edwards. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And, you know, Alabama at the quarterback spot, obviously, you need that great player. When they've had the great player, these teams have been really, really great. The last couple years, man, you've kind of seen the inconsistencies come out at that spot. So finding that next guy, critically important.
It is critically important. I think what's interesting about Alabama at that quarterback spot, too, is a lot of other programs, they reload the position through the portal. But when you think about Alabama, they kind of grow it internally from guys they've recruited who have waited their turn and then finally show up. Ty Simpson was one of those guys. He waited his turn year after year to get his opportunity, and I think they feel like they've got the guys inside the building already that can take over the spot and lead this team to a national championship.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Keelan Russell throws to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. After the incomplete pass, there is a player down on the field. That is the senior linebacker who's been shaken up. Holly Rowe will give us an update on his condition. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Running inside. It's Barnes. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Nice job by the defense, seeing the run, pulling the trigger, getting downhill, and stopping the running back for no gain.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Complete. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Fakes to grab. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. Here comes Kentucky after picking up that first down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Barnes. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. There's the pressure. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Bama! The defense gets it done with that huge interception return. Setting up for the extra point that would put them on top. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. Turning it on. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Catch inside the 25. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. Alabama calls its 2nd timeout of the half. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready. Ready, go.
The run inside. It's Baxter. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Looking to fire. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. And this kicker has had a busy night. The field goal unit is out there for the 3rd time. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. Splits the uprights, it's good. And they go back on top.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes that Alabama offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Palmer. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Alabama pushing the tempo. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellows, welcome in to our EA Sports Studios here in Orlando, the Week 2 edition of our College Football Update Show. We begin with Arizona State taking on the number 7 team, the Texas A&M Aggies.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. We check in with Holly Rowe.
Kentucky's head coach said in the locker room, one of the things he said, he is really pleased with how they have started the first half in this tough conference opener. As you know, the SEC is a gauntlet, but he thinks his team set the tone. He said that was a great start, but we can be even better. They cannot take their foot off the gas here to start the third quarter.
Holly, thank you.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Looking to throw on first down. And the incomplete pass had a lot of juice on it. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Handoff for Baxter. Gain of 9 on that one. Third down and short. He needs a yard.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. C.J. Baxter one more time. They'll mark him down right there, but it'll be enough for a Kentucky first down.
And it's not a surprise so far in how this game is unfolding. Like, they're going to continue to feature this dude. Like, third downs, get him the football. Shoot, first downs, you're going to get him the football. Had a good start to this football game, and I expect we're going to continue to hear his name over and over in this one.
Wants to throw on first down. Safe completion on the screen. Hard running there. Runs through a man. He might have space. And after the explosive run, giving this offense a little bolt of energy, he steps out of bounds with a first down. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. They'll send the tight end in motion. Whistle sounds, but they get the timeout called just before the delay of game. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Running inside, it's Barnes. Got enough for the first. Into the secondary on the touchdown Wildcats. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
And the extra point splits the uprights. He'll bring it out. It's Jenkins. He's brought down at the 16, would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. They'll stop things momentarily for an injury on the play. There is a Kentucky Wildcat down. The senior defensive tackle being looked at by medical personnel. Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on how he's doing. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Russell. Here's a heat. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
This is going to be tough sledding for this quarterback now. You're trailing. You're in the second half. Defense knows you've got to throw it. You're going to have to sit in the pocket under duress and start making throws in tight windows. It's not an easy situation by any stretch, but big-time players make big plays in big games.
And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. Makes the catch at the 30. No chance for any kind of return there. They were all over him as soon as he caught the football. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, David.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
That's the way to open a drive. Now they'll put it in play just shy of midfield.
Ready, ready. Flag 88. Flag 88. Ready, go.
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
So now it's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Got it behind the line. It's Ivory. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. They have a 1st down at the 41-yard line. The run inside. It's Barnes. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Under fire. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. On the move, it's Barnes. In a world of trouble from the start, and a massive loss on that play.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Pressure coming. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Punt is on its way. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Running inside. It's Hill. There he goes. Out to the 35-yard line, and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup.
Well, after they struggled running the ball in the first half, you just wonder if this coaching staff made some adjustments at halftime and just said, look, we've got to get more physical and we've got to own the line of scrimmage. After that successful run, they got to keep doing this here in the second half.
Makes the catch near the sideline, but he's downed immediately before he gained an inch.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Short completion on 1st down, and here they are with 2nd and 8. They'll move the wide receiver. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And we've already seen him make splash plays in this football game. He got the interception, the big pick earlier, now getting in the backfield, getting to the quarterback, and doing the most important thing. When you get there, get home, and get him on the ground. He's got a pick, and now he's got a sack.
Russell from the gun on 3rd down. Fires left. Got his man. He's got 1st down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that leads to slow starts, but I think if they can get that passion, that adrenaline, they get a little fired up right here, I think they'll take care of business.
And they just got to make a play. They just got to get something positive to happen here, sort of wake them up, and then put another play back-to-back, and all of a sudden, they get that momentum going. We know they've got the dudes. They've got the studs on both sides of the ball to win this football game. It just needs to start with one spark.
Grab behind the line. It's Edwards. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. He'll keep it on 2nd down. Maybe got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And this offense showing off a little diversity, right? Like being able to run that option a different way, get a receiver that can catch the ball on the pitch, confuse the defense enough to create enough opportunity for the QB to keep it and punch it in the end zone.
And here's the return. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly.
Here on the Wildcat sideline, there is a lot of excitement because this offense is outperforming a much higher-ranked team defensively. They know they've got an opportunity in this game with the lead and the ball, but they have got...
Breaks into the open. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. They've got a first down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
At some point, enough is enough. This is the guy that's beating me. He's priority number one. We got to go get him. It's getting later in the second half. I got to go out and make some plays and get my offense the ball back.
Running right, it's Baxter. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. This Kentucky offense doing work. They're set up with another first down. Here's a give to C.J. Baxter. Picks up the first down. What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ball game. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
He'll be forced out of bounds, and they're showing confidence in their running game in the red zone.
And there's a coachable moment for that young man right there. It's a nice run. Your team's got the lead late, but because of that, you cannot go out of bounds before you get to 2 minutes. If you go out, the clock's going to stop, and that's a coachable moment, something he'll learn from moving forward.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. There's some room. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, eat the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a 3rd down and goal.
Finding it tough to make positive yardage. Now 3rd and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Kentucky. The Wildcats are right back on top.
And that's the way you punctuate the long drive. Nice job being physical, getting that ground game going, and Jesse finishing with the ground game.
Yeah, really, I think that drive is really a microcosm of what they've been doing all game, right? Imposing their will by running the football. The defense knew it was coming, and they still couldn't stop it.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Tide ready to roll on offense. Giving up that last touchdown was an absolute killer. Now it's a 2-possession game. They must get something here. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. They want to get this defense on its heels. Throwing Russell. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
That's a tough throw to make, especially at this juncture of the game. It's late, you're trailing, and that's a deep throw on an outbreaking route. As a quarterback, your timing has to be perfect, and you've got to throw that thing out in front. If anything is off, even by the smallest amount, that ball's going to land incomplete, and that's what happened there.
Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42. Alabama quickly back to the line.
And on the 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the 1st down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open. No problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
Keelan Russell. Here comes the heat. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. To the air, it's Russell. Right on the money. He stepped out of bounds right at the 45-yard line, and now they're starting to put things together. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Moves away as he feels pressure. Still on his feet at the 45. He gets it past the stick, slides to avoid the hit, and the drive stays alive with a 4th down conversion.
You see it everywhere. The crowd goes bananas on 3rd and 4th down. They really understand the situation. But when a QB does that, when he takes off and scrambles and makes a big play, it gets really, really quiet.
Just sledgehammering his way down to the 33. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the 1st down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Under fire. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Alabama calls its 2nd timeout of the half. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? Tough, determined run gets it down to the 12. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Russell. Now improvising. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Back to pass. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Kentucky spends its 2nd timeout here. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. From the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. Alabama pushing the tempo. Throwing Russell. Oh, they're after him. Give him 6 and give them a chance with the late touchdown still alive in this one.
Well, they came into this one as the favorite, obviously, and they looked like they were sleepwalking in that 1st half. Whatever adjustments they made in the 2nd half, I think one thing's pretty simple. David, they remembered who they were. Offensively now, they've come out. They've been electrifying. They've been lighting up the scoreboard. Defensively, getting the football back. This was the team we thought we were going to see at the very start of the game.
Man, it's so hard week to week, man. So many challenges, injuries, all the things that come with it, and getting guys motivated, right? Like sometimes they just don't have that energy. Good to see them come out after the half with the energy, with the urgency. This is the squad we thought we were going to see.
Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left.
Got to give this defense tons of credit. How good have they been on the back end in coverage? Just feels like every time this QB has thrown the ball, it's been contested. They haven't given up a lot of yards, and they need to continue to be great in coverage with the lead in this 2-minute situation.
Got his man to the left. And he's chased out of bounds, but not before he gets the 1st down, stops the clock, and has them on the move trying to get the late score. And perfect situational awareness there. Get the 1st down. Don't get greedy. Stop the clock.
Yeah, and that's why this team practices these types of 2-minute situations all week long leading up to games so that everybody's on the same page. That receiver did an awesome job getting out of bounds to try to preserve as much clock as possible. You can't say enough about this kid's poise. You're playing on the road. The crowd's going crazy, willing you to miss this kick, but he stayed dialed in, puts it through the upright, David, to give his team the lead here late.
It's crazy because it's nerve-wracking. You put your body on the line for so long, and then it comes down to a kick, and he has to be clutch in a hostile environment, and he comes through for his squad.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. It comes down to this. One more snap left in this game. If they get a touchdown, they can find a way to win it. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Pocket breaking down. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. Scoreboard operator got a workout in this one. Fun game for us to watch, but they can't come up with the W.
Yeah, and it's a team game, right? The offense did their job, and now defense will have to find a way in the future to make better plays, get stops, and stop them scoring so many points, especially when your offense does their job.
And we see a lot of games like this in college football.